Hello everybody, welcome back. It's finally back. It is finally here. It's round 14 of the 1995 season as part of the CustomF1 series, which has been on almost like a holiday. It's been like 6 months, 7 months since the last upload. But for those who've never watched this series, this was like the flagship series of the channel. I'll read a little Word document I wrote up. Let me put my glasses on for this. Welcome to CustomF1. Let's recap the story so far. The story begins in 1994 with Streamline Engineering entering onto the F1 grid, becoming the 14th team to compete that season. Powered by Ford, the driver lineup was Mika Salo and user-created driver Kaya Mahendra. We used to have user-created drivers. They're out of the series now because it's too much work. But this season, I drove as Mika Salo. On a shoestring budget, we pulled in any and every sponsor we could, and our main sponsor was Regal Cigarettes, which explains the livery. Heading into the first race, we knew our car was underpowered and we would be mainly battling with Simtech at the back of the grid. Our debut ended in an unfortunate retirement. The next few races ended in similar unfortunate retirements. The reliability of the car was clearly not there. We eventually finished our first race of the season in Spain with a 16th place finish. The next handful of races were a mixture of fortunes with a couple great drives in both Canada and France, followed by suspension failures in Britain and Germany. We came very close to our first ever points at the 1994 Italian Grand Prix, but due to my tyres falling off, we eventually finished in 7th. Due to issues at the circuit, the Pacific Grand Prix was moved to Fuji Speedway for 94, but we had no luck there either. The season ended in retirement at Adelaide, and we focused our efforts on the 1995 season. 1995 brought with it a few positive changes. Bicasalo remained at the team and Mahendra went off to Sauber. Streamline reached a deal with Ferrari for an engine supply, as well as allowing Ferrari to loan their user-created driver Zomba Reith to Streamline for the season. The season started incredibly well, as we picked up our first ever points in Formula 1. In the following few races, Reith picked up a few points to solidify Streamline's position as a lower midfield team. At the Monaco Grand Prix, Salo was on course for a top 5 result, but engine failure cut those chances short. Salo did, however, pick up another point at the 1995 Belgian Grand Prix, a result which was needed as Salo was coming under pressure from the press for some poor results. The most recent race was the Portuguese Grand Prix, where Senna won his 5th world title with 3 races to go. Streamline will be aiming to close out the season with another points finish. So there you have it, you're all caught up now. Today we have the European Grand Prix of 1995, and firstly we need to go through qualifying to eliminate the 4 slowest drivers, as there's 15 teams, that's 30 drivers entering pre-qualifying or qualifying, but only 26 can start the race. Let's get into qualifying. Right, so it's raining, but apparently other drivers are still on the soft tyres, so maybe it's not wet enough. So I'm going to go out there. Down towards the line. Our first lap is a 125.3. Wow, that's slow. Nothing spectacular, but it's better. That's our first run done in qualifying then. 24.6 is better. For those of you who know the 1995 season, you'll notice there's a lot of changes. Well, not too many changes, but there's quite a few changes with what teams there are and what drivers are driving for which team. The custom drivers will no longer be part of the series after this season, so that's Kaya Mahendra and Zomba Reith, they'll be gone. Don't know who it is. Down towards the line, so we've got a Williams behind me. So 22.8, that's much better. I'm going to go for another lap, I'm going to have to hold up this Williams here. Should be another tidy improvement on our previous best. Down towards the line. 22.5. Oh, almost blocked Hill. Don't know why I went to the inside. I'm 21st place right now. Bit of understeer there. Clipped the curb, it pushed me wide. Not the cleanest lap so far. We're still up by almost a tenth. Completely missed the apex. We might still be up slightly on our previous lap. It's not going to be anything major though. Up by 3/10. Around the final corner. Down towards the line. So 22.1. It's an improvement by about 4/10. But it doesn't improve on Salo's position. We're 22nd. 22nd place right now. That's qualifying complete. Michael Schumacher on pole position for his home Grand Prix. Well, his second home Grand Prix of the season. David Coulthard, his teammate, alongside him on the front row of the grid. The gap about a quarter of a second. Half a second down in third place is Damon Hill in the lead Williams, followed by the two McLarens of Brundle and Hakkinen. Ayrton Senna is the 5-time world champion now after winning the world championship at the last round in Portugal. He qualifies down in 6th. Zomba, what an incredible qualifying session there from the streamlined driver. The Hungarian up in 7th place. Rubens Barrichello 8th for the lead Jordan. The two Ferraris on the 5th row of the grid are lazy ahead of Berger. Eddie Irvine in 2nd Jordan in 11th place, followed by the lead Sauber of Frentzen. The two Ligiers on the 7th row, Panis and Bernard. Jos Verstappen qualifies 15th with Kaya Mahendra in the 2nd, Sauber down in 16th place. Ukyo Katayama is 17th, followed by the two Footworks. Ralf Schumacher in his debut season ahead of Gianni Morbidelli. Giancarlo Fisichella in the lead, Minardi rounding out the top 20. Pierluigi Martini follows him. Mika Sala can only manage 22nd with his teammate 15 positions further up ahead of him. Alessandro Zanardi in the Lotus makes it 23rd. Roland Ratzenberger in a Simtek 24th with Marc Blundell and Jean-Marc Gounon on the 13th and final row of the grid for the race. Gounon qualifying for the race by essentially 1,000th of a second ahead of Vincenzo Sospiri. And Ricardo Rossi also knocked out for 40. Both LaRouche drivers nowhere near qualifying. Johnny Herbert and Hideki Noda 29th and 30th. There's only one more thing to do. Actually, before we do that, I got something else to do. Oh boy. So it's very, very hot. So I think we should go with a two-stop strategy. Strategy two-stop. We're pitting on lap 22 and lap 44. 67 lap race. Well, there's only one more thing to do. And that's go racing. The 1995 European Grand Prix is next. We're on the grid. Let's hopefully get a decent start. Come on, Mika Salo. Lights out. There's a few stallers. There's a Ferrari stalling. Who else stalled there? We get up the inside of Fisichella into turn 1. We've got that move done. Morbidelli sideways ahead of us. There's a yellow flag out. Oh, there's a Ferrari off. And a Williams. And a McLaren. What's going on? Schumacher leads the way. Coulthard, Hill, Brundle, Hakkinen. What happens? Oh, he just loses the car and Senna spins in sympathy, and so does the Ferrari. So John Alesi, Senna and Mika Hakkinen all losing a whole host of positions because Hakkinen spins. Meanwhile, Zomba up in 5th place. Still a long way to go. I'm already under pressure from Fisichella. There goes Fisichella. To the inside. That's the easy move for the Minardi. Oh! There's a Lotus without a rear wing there. Is that Zanardi? Alessandro Zanardi coming into the pits, no front wing. A rear wing or front wing. He must have had a big crash. Oh, it's John Alesi again! John Alesi again spinning. Oh, it's Gerhard Berger, sorry. Gerhard Berger spinning. Because Gounon is actually pretty quick behind. I don't know why I've got no pace in the race. We're setting 125s. We should be in the 123s. I hold the position for now. Still in the 125s, man. There goes Hakkinen. No stopping that. And now Senna. The world champion Senna is behind. There goes Senna. Up the inside. He runs wide. Can we fight him back? No. Actually, run wide ourselves. Oh, I see a Ferrari in the back. That's Gerhard Berger. Berger's finally recovered. So he's going to be on the back of this battle in a second. Berger to the inside. He's got the move. Good move there from Gerhard. The Austrian up to 18th. I shouldn't have to let the leader through yet. Well, maybe it's a good idea now. Oh no! Martini's got through as well. I thought I was going to get a penalty if I didn't let him through quick. Go on. And there goes my teammate in the same car as me, lapping me after 20 laps. Oh, Francis missed the pit entrance. We come into the pits. Is the yellow flag still out? Still out for Frentzen. Yeah. That's not mine. Here's the streamline, boys. Waiting for a car. New soft tyres going on. Potentially 20 laps of fuel going in. And we're away. We rejoin in 20th place. Michael Schumacher in first with 18 laps of fuel. Damon Hill, 15 laps of fuel in second place. Martin Brundle with even less fuel in third. Going for a short middle stint. David Coulthard down to fourth now. Rubens Barrichello in fifth. And Zomba Reith after his pit stop in sixth place. Oh, who's that? Is that Hakkinen? Or is it Brundle? It must be slippy down at that. Is that turn 4? Does he lose grip? Yeah, he just loses it. Into the wall as well. Is that Brundle's chances of a podium gone? He's going to have to find reverse gear to try and get that out the wall. If he can. Yeah, he's found reverse. If he gets me a penalty, I'll be very annoyed. I've run wide. Go on! Overtake, man! I've got a stop-go penalty now. Go past me. Finally. Now we've got a stop-go penalty. Gunon was in the pits as well. Oh. It's a terrible stop-go. It's been the race from hell. The return to CustomF1 has been absolutely disastrous for Mika Salo. So, on board with Mark Blundell. What sort of issue does he have? Oh! No, that's not good. Ratzenberger trying to unlap himself. Takes Blundell out. So that's both Lotuses retiring from similar sort of issues, I think. Right, let's come into the pits this lap. Car's not feeling too great, I'll be honest. Back markers. Oh, sorry, lapping cars. Oh! And that, I believe, is the end of the race. Oh, I touched the grass there. That's the end of Mika Salo's race. That's the end of the return of CustomF1. See you in 6 months' time. Damon Hill out the race. Zomba Reith in third. David Coulthard out. David Coulthard out. That looks like brake failure. It is brake failure for Coulthard. He's out of the race. And there we go. Ratzenberger out of the race. Both Simtex out now. Fisichella to the inside of the chicane. Almost makes the move. He's going to have to back out of it and wait for another opportunity. He's gone for it for the final corner. Oh, slight bit of contact between the McLaren and the Minardi. But on the exit of the final corner, I think they're going to run side by side down across the line. Can Fisichella get past the Briton of Martin Brundle, who was on for a podium earlier on in this race? He was leading for at least 15 laps. And Fisichella has made his move. He moves up into 13th place, I believe. Zomba Reith is in second place. The Streamline driver is in second place. Streamline on the verge of their first ever podium. Here we go then, only a few corners to go. Michael Schumacher has missed out on the championship. Of course, he missed 4 rounds due to injury earlier on in the season. But it's a bit of redemption for the German, who's going to win his second home Grand Prix of the season. The European Grand Prix after 67 exciting laps. The Benetton of Michael Schumacher rounds the final corner for the final time and comes down towards the line to win the 95 European Grand Prix. Second place, can you believe it, has gone to Zomba, the Hungarian, for Streamline, scoring a podium. Absolutely unbelievable. Third place is Ayrton Senna, who was at one point down outside the top 20 on lap 1. A brilliant recovery from the world champion, who's ran wide at the final corner, but he completes the podium in third place. Fourth is going to go to the Ligier of Eric Bernard. What another extreme result. The Ligier scoring 3 points there, and in 5th place, shortly followed by Rubens Barrichello, I believe. And 6th place is going to go to Barrichello's teammate Eddie Irvine, both Jordans in the points today. So Michael Schumacher wins the race. Zomba, I can't believe I'm saying it. Zomba in the podium. Ayrton Senna completes the podium for Williams. Eric Bernard there in 4th place. Then it's Barrichello and Irvine. Jos Verstappen just missing out. Ralf Schumacher 8th place at his home Grand Prix. Kaya Mahendra in 9th and Panis rounding out the top 10. Then it's Morbidelli, Gerhard Berger, Ferrari having a terrible weekend. Giancarlo Fisichella in 13th. Well, McLaren also an equally terrible weekend. Martin Brundle 14th and Mika Häkkinen 15th, with Martini the final finisher in 16th place. Coulthard, Ratzenberger, Gounon and Hill all engine failures. Mika Salo retired due to his suspension. Mark Blundell, we of course saw the collision that forced him to retire. Frentzen goes down as an engine failure. Zanardi, we saw the aftermath of his collision. And 2 stallers on the grid, Alesi and Katayama. The fastest lap, of course, going, I think, to Michael Schumacher, 18.915. I promise I'll make new graphics. I realised I don't have all the graphics from the old seasons. So, I'll make them for next week. But for this week, we'll see the top 22 in the Drivers' Championship. Senna's already won the championship. That's done and dusted. Schumacher now ahead of Hill with that victory. And another change would be Zomba climbing from, I think, 14th place or 15th place all the way up to 11th. He's already almost in double digits. Mika Salo down in 18th place. Eric Bernard scoring his first points of the season and Ligier's first points of the season, bringing him up to 15th. Same with the Teams Championship. I'll make a new graphic next week, I promise. But for now, we've got the top 11. There's 10 teams scoring points now. Ligier scoring their first points of the season, bringing them up to 9th. Streamline scoring a 6-point haul today, and that's solidifying their 7th place in the championship. I'm sure nobody's going to catch them now. They're not going to catch Sauber either, so I think Streamline have got 7th place nailed down with that result there. Lotus still yet to score any points. Lotus and Tyrrell, who are 11th and 12th, both have 7th place finishers. Jos Verstappen for Tyrrell getting at 7th place today. But apart from that, they haven't scored any points. Simtek 13th, 14th, and LaRousse 15th and last place. There you have it, guys. What a race. What a return to Custom F1 that was. It wasn't great for Mika Salo, albeit, but his teammate Zomba scoring the team's first ever podium. It's only the 2nd season they've competed in Formula 1. They've already scored a podium. Surely, obviously it wasn't on pace. But that's also Reith's first points since the 4th round of the season at the San Marino Grand Prix, I believe. And of course, like their first podium. So Reith is going to be, I think, into the top 11 in the championship, top 10 in the championship. You'll see, of course, you would have seen the standings. But thank you for watching, guys. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, subscribe, give the video a like, and comment down below your driver of the day. It's got to only be one choice, right? Zomba, surely. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.